All right, so I bet you're getting ready for that IELTS speaking exam.
Yeah.
And going for, what, band 7 or higher?
At least, right?
Yeah, at least. Well, we're doing a deep dive into part 1 today.
Okay.
Specifically, those technology questions that come up.
Oh, nice.
It's going to be good.
Cool.
Think of us as your secret weapon, all right?
All right.
We've got this episode of IELTS Made Easy to guide us.
Love that podcast.
Yeah, it's really good.
Super helpful.
Yeah, very helpful.
Especially for this kind of stuff.
Totally.
Smart thinking on the tech focus, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it pops up all the time on the IELTS.
Really?
Oh, yeah. So if you get comfy talking about it,
Uh-huh.
it can really help your score.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So they start off with what seems like a simple question.
Okay.
Like, do you like using technology? And you might think,
Yeah.
well, duh, who doesn't?
Uh-huh. Exactly.
But here's where it gets interesting.
Okay.
They really stress using this structure for your answer.
Oh,
Like answer, reason, example.
interesting. Okay.
So it's not just about saying yes or no.
Oh, I see.
You really have to elaborate
Gotcha.
and use good vocabulary and structure your thoughts well.
So it's like proving you can actually speak English well.
Exactly.
Not just like memorized answers.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, smart.
So in the podcast, one of the hosts gives a sample answer.
Okay, what's he say?
He says, yes, I really enjoy using technology.
Okay, yeah.
It makes my life so much easier, whether it's for communication,
Mm-hmm.
work, or entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, I use my smartphone every day to check emails,
Yeah.
make video calls, and even listen to podcasts.
Nice. I like how he just slipped that in there. But seriously, you see how he used specific examples?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like saying, I use my smartphone for communication is fine.
Yeah.
But adding those details like checking emails,
Right.
making video calls, it just paints a clearer picture,
Totally.
for the examiner,
Mm.
It shows you can apply the vocabulary and context.
So it's like show, don't tell,
Yes.
but with words.
Exactly.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah.
What's the next question?
Well, they move on to tech you use every day.
Okay.
They ask, what devices do you use daily?
So that's our chance to show off some fancy vocab.
It is.
Okay.
Instead of just phone or computer.
Right.
You got to be specific
Got it.
about the devices and what you use them for.
Okay.
The other host, she gives a really good example. She says, I use my smartphone and laptop on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
My smartphone is essential for managing my schedule, setting alarms,
Right.
and staying in touch with friends.
Uh-huh.
On the other hand, my laptop is crucial for my work,
Yeah.
like writing emails, creating presentations,
Okay.
and attending virtual meetings.
Oh, wow.
Did you catch how she contrasts the two?
Yeah. Yeah, she does.
Highlighting their distinct roles.
With words like managing my schedule versus creating presentations.
Ex-
That's pretty clever.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
Those specific verbs
Yeah.
really elevate her answer.
Yeah, I agree.
Don't you think?
I do.
Okay, good.
But, okay, you know me. I tend to overthink things.
Uh-oh.
So should I list out every single gadget I own?
Oh, no.
I've got a smartwatch and a tablet.
Okay, sure.
I even have one of those smart speakers that I never use.
Uh-huh. Well, that's where the key takeaway from the podcast comes in.
Okay.
They emphasize quality over quantity.
Ah.
Choose like one or two devices
Okay.
that you can speak about confidently and with detail.
Right.
Don't overwhelm the examiner with a laundry list of gadgets.
Okay, that makes me feel better.
Good.
That I can handle.
Yeah.
All this is great for individual questions.
Yeah, okay.
But how does it all come together in the actual exam?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Like, I'm thinking about the role play section.
Right.
Where it feels like the pressure is really on.
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
That's where it gets interesting. The podcast actually simulates the exam environment
Oh,
with a role play.
nice.
And it's really insightful.
Oh, cool.
They ask,
Yeah.
do you think technology has changed the way we work?
Ooh, that's a question that could lead down a rabbit hole
Oh, yeah, definitely.
if you're not careful.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. But one of the hosts, he just knocks it out of the park with
Okay.
his answer.
What do you say?
He says, yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Technology has significantly changed the way we work. For example, people can now work remotely from home
Right.
using tools like Zoom or Slack.
Okay.
It saves time and allows for more flexible work schedules.
Uh-huh.
In fact, during the pandemic,
Yes.
many companies relied heavily on technology to keep their businesses running.
Hold on. So he mentioned Zoom and the pandemic.
He does.
That seems kind of genius, actually.
It is.
It is?
It shows the examiner you can link technology trends
Right?
to real-world events. It shows a deeper understanding. It's not just reciting facts.
Right.
It's about connecting the dots.
Oh,
Plus, it adds context, makes his answer more memorable.
It's like he's showing he's not just living in a tech bubble.
Exactly.
But actually understands how technology impacts the world.
Yes, exactly.
Let's see that.
That's the kind of insightful response
Yeah.
that can really impress the examiners.
Okay, wow.
So tell me what's standing out to you from what we've covered so far.
Honestly, I'm realizing there's so much more to these questions
Yeah.
than meets the eye.
Yeah.
It's not just knowing the vocabulary.
Right.
It's like understanding how to use it effectively.
Exactly.
Connecting ideas,
Right.
and presenting yourself as like a confident communicator.
You're getting it.
I am.
That's exactly what this whole deep dive is about.
Cool.
Let's move on to the next section.
Okay.
I think you'll find it even more enlightening.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready for more.
Good.
More IELTS wisdom. What else does this podcast have for us?
Well, one thing I like is how they teach you to think strategically about the questions. Like when they get to, what's your favorite piece of technology?
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
It feels personal, right?
It does.
But I'm always like, what are they really looking for?
Totally, yeah.
And the host, in the example, he chooses his Kindle,
Okay.
which I think is smart.
Yeah.
It lets him talk about something he enjoys
Huh?
while showcasing like a good range of vocab.
So it's not just about picking some flashy gadget.
Right.
It's finding something you can really talk about.
Yeah, with passion.
With passion. Okay.
Notice how he doesn't just say, I like my Kindle, it's convenient.
Right.
He goes deeper.
Okay.
He says, I love reading books, and the Kindle lets me carry thousands of books in one small device.
Okay.
It's also really convenient because I can read anywhere,
Yeah.
whether I'm traveling or just relaxing at home.
Uh-huh.
Plus, it saves paper, so it's eco-friendly.
Hold on. He mentions it being eco-friendly.
He does.
Is that really something the examiners care about?
It's not about, like, ticking a Save the Planet box.
Okay.
It's about showing you can connect your tech use
Ah.
to your values
Right.
or broader issues.
Right.
It adds depth,
Mm.
personality.
So it's not just about the what of technology.
sure.
It's the why.
Yes.
I like it.
And that brings us to another valuable part of the podcast.
Okay.
It's the Tips to Score Band 7+ in Part 1 section.
Oh, okay. Yeah. The tip.
They break down what you need for success,
Okay.
and it's all about knowing what the examiners are looking for.
All right. Hit me with those key ingredients.
Okay, first off, structure is key.
Okay.
Remember that answer, reason, example framework?
Yeah, yeah.
They emphasize it for
Yeah.
keeping your answers organized and
Right.
concise.
This reminds me of something I learned in a public speaking course.
Oh, yeah.
It's all about having a clear point.
Supporting it with logic
Right.
and then bringing it to life with a story.
Yes.
That's exactly what makes answers memorable.
Totally.
Easy to follow,
It is.
which is what we want in the IELTS, right?
You got it.
Okay, perfect.
And of course, vocabulary is crucial.
Oh, yeah.
Using precise language related to technology
Yeah.
shows you're comfortable with the topic.
Okay.
Instead of saying, I use the internet a lot,
Right.
you could say, I browse websites for news,
Mm-hmm.
watch YouTube videos,
Right.
connect with friends on social media.
Okay. I see how using those specific examples helps
Yes.
show off that vocabulary range.
Exactly.
It's not just knowing the words, it's using them
Right.
precisely
What do you say?
beyond vocabulary.
Yeah.
What else do they say?
The podcast stresses fluency
Okay.
and natural delivery. Don't try to memorize answers word for word.
Okay, phew. Because that is not my strong suit.
It'll sound robotic,
Yeah. So they're saying I should focus on speaking naturally.
Yeah.
Almost like I'm talking to a friend.
Exactly, yeah.
Practice talking about tech in your own words.
Okay.
Use connecting phrases, like,
right.
for example.
Uh-huh.
On the other hand, in fact,
Gotcha.
to make your speech flow smoothly.
Natural and fluent, not robotic.
Exactly.
Okay, I can do that.
Good.
But what about those quick fire questions at the end?
Yes.
Those always throw me on.
I know, it's like a verbal sprint.
It is.
But the podcast gives some strategies for tackling them,
Oh, yeah.
even with limited time.
Okay.
But one example is, how often do you use the internet?
Okay.
The host answers,
Yeah.
I use the internet several times a day.
Hmm.
I browse websites for news,
Right.
watch YouTube videos, and chat with friends on social media.
See?
Yeah,
She still gets those reasons and examples in there,
she does.
even though it's a short answer.
It's about being concise but impactful.
Right.
Here's a trick.
Okay.
Think of a few go-to examples
Uh-huh.
that you can adapt to different questions.
Oh, okay.
For instance, if you mention Zoom for work,
Right.
you can also mention using it to connect with family who live far away.
That's brilliant.
Right.
So it's like a mental toolbox of examples.
Yes.
Okay, less overwhelming that way.
It is.
Now, they also address generational differences in tech use.
Okay.
Like, do you think older people use tech as much as younger people?
Ooh, tricky one.
Right.
It's easy to fall into stereotypes there.
It is, yeah.
But the host handles it well.
Okay.
He says not really. Older people often find it hard to adapt to new technology, while younger people grew up with it. For example, my grandparents still prefer landline phones or smartphones.
Okay.
It's balanced, acknowledges the digital divide, but provides a personal story to illustrate the point.
And he doesn't make any sweeping generalizations. He's just sharing his own observation.
Yeah.
With an example.
Exactly.
I'm starting to see a pattern here.
Oh, what's that?
It seems like all the good answers have that personal touch.
You're right.
It's not just about facts or vocab. It's about letting your personality come through.
It is.
Connecting with the examiner,
Absolutely.
Like on a human level.
The examiners want to see
that
you can hold a conversation, express your thoughts clearly, connect with them on a human level.
Be genuine. Be authentic.
Yes. And that brings up another point the podcast makes.
Okay.
Practice makes perfect.
Okay. So I should just cram vocabulary and hope for the best.
In a way.
I need to actually practice speaking.
You got it.
About tech in English.
Yes.
The more you practice, the more confident.
Exactly.
The more fluent I'll become.
And you know what? You'll probably start to enjoy it.
Really?
Yeah, it's like anything else.
Yeah.
The more you do it.
The more comfortable you get.
Okay. We've covered a lot.
We have.
What are the key takeaways?
Okay, let's recap.
Okay.
We talked about structure.
Right.
Using that answer, reason, example framework.
Yes.
To keep those answers organized and make an impact.
Structure is key. Got it.
Good. Vocabulary. Not just knowing the words, but using them precisely effectively.
Vocabulary in action.
Yes.
Okay. And then fluency.
Yes.
Natural delivery.
That's it.
No more robots.
No robots. And don't forget those personal touches.
Right.
Find ways to connect those answers to your own experiences, your values, interests.
Okay, I'm starting to feel more confident, but I know there's still lots of practice ahead.
Of course.
Before we wrap up,
yeah.
Anything else you want to leave me with?
Yes.
Okay, I'm all ears. Lay it on me.
So, beyond all the technical stuff,
what really stood out in the podcast was like being genuine, engaging.
Right.
It's not just checking boxes,
Yeah.
It's about showing your personality, your ability to communicate.
Right.
Think of it as a conversation.
Yeah.
Not just Q&A.
I don't want to sound like a robot reciting answers.
Examiners want that spark.
Okay.
That genuine connection.
Yeah.
Remember, the IELTS is just a snapshot.
Right.
It doesn't define you.
Okay.
Focus on communicating clearly, confidently. You'll be amazed how well you do.
That's reassuring.
Good.
So, structure, vocab, fluency, personal touches.
It's all there.
Anything else?
Let's go back to that favorite tech question.
Okay.
Think about your own relationship with tech. What's unique about your tech use?
Okay.
What makes your story stand out? What's memorable?
I'm thinking.
Maybe a language learning app to connect with different cultures.
Interesting.
Or did you build your own website to show off your photography?
I see what you mean.
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
Find that spark.
That makes it interesting.
Yeah.
Authentic.
Exactly.
You know what?
Ellie.
I do have something.
Oh, tell me.
I use this app.
Okay.
That helps me ID plants and trees.
Oh, cool.
It's been great for exploring my neighborhood.
Nice.
Learning about nature.
I like that.
I could definitely talk about that.
See?
Yeah.
Personal showcases your interests.
Right.
Ties into a bigger topic like the environment.
Exactly.
That's what makes you memorable.
Wow. I'm glad we did this.
Me too,
This deep dive.
Yeah.
I feel like I get it now.
Good.
What the examiners want.
That's great.
How to answer those tech questions.
Yes.
With confidence.
Confidence is key.
Okay.
And remember, practice, practice, practice.
Right. Practice.
The more you talk about tech in English,
the
more natural it'll become. Find your own voice. Let your personality shine.
Okay. I'm pumped.
Yes.
Ready to tackle those questions.
That's the spirit.
Head on.
You got this.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
This has been super helpful.
Glad to hear it.
Best of luck to everyone listening.
Yes. Good.
On your IELTS journey.
You got this.
You got this.